So we all love credits, right? Yeah, of course we do. But think about it. Would it actually bring you the most happiness to wait 45 minutes, an hour, even upwards to an hour and a half for a random kiddie coaster? Probably not. I've had park days I didn't enjoy as much because I didn't give myself enough time to rest, drink water, eat food, or because I was too stressed with riding a bunch of credits I didn't care about, or I just wouldn't remember, all because I wanted that count to go up. I won. So I'm making a video about how to truly enjoy a park to its fullest. It's great to have a plan, what you want to hit first, what you want to get re-rides on, maybe scout out the food, but if you're scheduling every minute of the day, it's just like a checklist. You're checking off some chores that you've been planning to do for the past 2 months. So it starts to feel more like a job than a fun trip. Go in with a loose idea, not your full day scheduled out. We're going to start with the most obvious, water and food. Hydration is definitely the most important thing when it comes to having a great day at a park. And if it's super hot, you just keep going and going and going. You might not feel like you need water, but you're most likely insanely dehydrated. So every 20 to 30 minutes, just get one of those free water cup shots Six Flags gives you. And food, I recommend having a large filling breakfast, at whatever hotel you're staying at, and then visit the park. And if you don't have a food pass and you don't want to spend money on food, just try to have a ton of protein in the morning and some snacks in your pockets to eat while walking around. But if you don't mind spending a little money, having a full stomach makes your day that much better. And think, you go to McDonald's on this trip, you're going to be spending $10, $5 on the low for a meal. So just paying a little bit more while you're actually in the park for the convenience might be worth your time. I didn't believe these statistics until I checked myself, but 95% of you guys are not subscribed. So if you would like, comment, and subscribe to help me with the YouTube algorithm, that would be awesome. Also, follow me on Insta, links down below. But what enthusiasts really care about is riding all the roller coasters. But I beg you, take your time. That is the best park advice I've heard and can give. Get on the coasters you really care about first, and then spend all your time extra, if you want to, riding kiddie coasters. Then, if you ride, Fury 325 10 times, and you're like, what, I'll spend 40 minutes waiting in line for, is it a Mauer spinner? Or not a Mauer spinner. It's one of the mouses next to it or something. If you want to wait for that, do it. But I personally don't like waiting more than 15 minutes for a coaster, and it might be, oh wow, look, it's like a walk-up. No, that's gonna take 30 minutes because operations are insanely slow on a lot of kiddie rides. So I recommend, if it's at a big park and you're thinking of going back, in 3 years, just skip the coaster. And something like Cedar Point, you are not gonna be riding everything, even if you have a fast pass. If you go on a Saturday, that is. If you go on a weekday to Cedar Point, you have a fast pass, you could probably ride everything. And you might not even need a fast pass at that point. Sometimes a ride you've been hyped for is down. Sometimes ride ops are insanely slow, and it's irritating. And sometimes the weather ruins the entire day. That stuff sucks, but yeah. Just go into the day knowing stuff will go wrong, and you'll be way less frustrated when it happens. Roll with it and do something else. You won't ride everything, you won't do everything, and that's fine. If you rode one of your new favorites, had a good meal, and didn't melt from heat exhaustion, that's a win. Save something for the next time, so you'll actually look forward to coming back. Because if the park doesn't get a new attraction, what's the point of going back for that random coaster or random 4 coasters that you didn't get to ride? Spend some time taking photos and videos of your favorite coasters. And, take some selfies in front of park entrances and, ride entrances. Just look for natural frames, sunsets, active train shots, and just photos of the park itself. A planter you like, the entrance like I said, or really just anything at the park, your food, a restaurant. And if you're feeling dizzy or overwhelmed, just sit down for a little bit, find a shady bench, people watch, and then you can take photos in that time. Pushing yourself to ride one more coaster, it just might make your day way less fun. And it might even be like, oh wow, I'm so dizzy I have to leave an hour before closing. And you do want night rides, at least I want a night rider too every single time I visit a new park if possible. Just walking around a park is one of my favorite things to do as well. I visited a couple parks during the off season, so I've ridden the coasters at them or I haven't, and you just walk around and it's fun. You take a break from lapping your coaster if it's during a normal operating day, and check out different areas of a park you wouldn't see otherwise. Another big thing is talking to people. Yes, I know talking to a stranger at an amusement park. That might be scary to you. Yeah. Whether you're riding by yourself or with a group, talk with the people in line, as long as they do want to talk to you, of course. But talking to people might help you find like a fellow enthusiast or a local or just someone fun to talk to, you know? It might sound crazy, but hear me out. Do one non-coaster thing. A dark ride, sky ride, a goofy flat ride, even a kiddie flat, or just see a park show. It changes your day and gives you something else to do and remember your trip by, not just lapping Fury 325 35 times and then leaving. I love doing log flumes at parks, and normally you don't get super wet, so it's just plain fun. So yeah, don't stress over every credit, don't overplan your whole day, and don't forget to actually enjoy the park around you. Ride what makes you happy, take breaks, stay hydrated, and just have a great time. At the end of the day, that's what theme parks are for. Not to tick off boxes, but to make memories. Thanks for watching, and if you got any tips for making the most of your theme park day, drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear what works for you. Follow me on Insta. Once again, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.